Hello everyone. I wanted to take a few moments and give you some feedback on the Module 9 group assignment. You all did an excellent job. I had a lot of fun reading over your submissions. What I really wanted you to get out of this assignment was a feel for the varying level of detail that you find in an SOP, a working instruction, and a study-specific or project-specific instruction. Because this is something that you need to understand when you go into clinical research, because we all have all of these documents, no matter what aspect of clinical research we go into, and you need to understand how to utilize them, and later in your career you're going to need to know how to create them. And just to let you know, I recently spent 2 days hosting a sponsor meeting for a full-service provider relationship that we are kicking off at my company. And a big part of what we did is sit down and talk about where our SOPs, work instructions, and study-specific instructions align. And part of our discussion revolved around the fact that we would probably, as long as we had agreement in our SOPs, which we should, because they are broad documents that ensure ICH and GCP compliance, that we could then agree that we would find between our common work instructions and study-specific instructions what the best documents were for the work we were going to be doing going forward. So I just want you to know there's several real-life applications to the work we did in this module. I wanted to show you a couple of examples. You all did a great job, but there were a couple of examples that I wanted to display that I think will help you understand what I was looking for. So here's a great one. This group submitted a very brief description of an SOP, and you can see it's really broad. So here they're saying you have to capture essential data. Then they go down into the work instruction, and they tell you they're going to give you more detail. They're going to tell you that the database is going to be in Microsoft Excel. Good luck with that, guys. That will be a lot of fun. And next, that it has to capture all the information that is in the protocol. And then finally, that it should directly reflect the content of the case report form. So you can see very broad here, just telling you that you have to capture that data. Then a little more detail about what needs to be done. And then I love this, going down into here, much more detail, telling you what you have to do with worksheets and what you need to do for data entry and for column headers. So again, I just think this is a very nice example of the increasing detail that you see at each level of the document. So great job. Let me show you another one that I thought was really nice with that. I love this one as well. This group did an SOP, work instruction study specific example for edit checks. And here they just say, hey, you've got to perform them, and you have to say how you're going to do the check. Great. Nice level of detail. Then they go down and say, by the way, you have to make sure you've got enough test subjects in there and that you have test subjects. So nice increasing detail. And then on the next level down for the study-specific instructions, they say that you can't have any duplication and that you've got to make sure you program the edit checks based on the specs. So again, really nice example of increasing level of detail. SOP is broad, work instruction has a little more detail, and study-specific instruction lets you know how to actually do it. And then there were some examples in here that I just loved because I could see that you were applying concepts that you learned in earlier modules and other classes. So here in the database lock SOP section that this group did, they have a little note in here that the final checklist has to be filed in the TMF, and I love that. So I just wanted to pull that out. And this is another really nice one where this group pulled in the informed consent form. They talked about the data analysis plan. They talked about timing, how much time a site has to enter data, and some SAE comments. And I just think this is nice. This is just a lot of detail. I could see you pulled stuff in from either other classes or your experiences in your internships or stuff that we covered in our class. So I really like seeing that in this file. And this is another really nice example. I love this group pulled in references to C- and common identifiers and some of the common forms and some great information about what are typical edit checks. So really, guys, you did a great job. I hope that you'll get a chance to use this either in your internships or when you go out into the industry. If anybody has any questions about what they submitted, please reach out to me. And also, I am posting a copy of each group's work in the feedback module, and I encourage you to go and take a look and see what your classmates did. I found it very interesting, and I think you will too.